Hello and welcome to NewsX Auto. My name is Syed Shiraz, and as you can see, I've got the seat height video of the new ESD Adventure. In fact, the seat height hasn't changed. It still remains at a claimed 815 mm like the previous version. And in this video, I will show you first the two ways that I adopt to swing a leg over, and then of course I'll tell you the usual stuff that I mention in my other seat height videos as well. So yeah, so this is the usual way. The majority of you guys would be using this technique. Not very graceful, right? Alright, so my leg naturally, falls in a straight line on this motorcycle, that is behind the footrest, and I would say that this is how it would be for almost everyone. Okay, of course the taller folks could do this. No one would actually do this. I mean, why would you do like this when the natural path that your leg follows, okay, is this behind the footrest. Now, if of course you are sitting further behind, if you're a taller person, even then your the natural path that your leg would take would be behind the footrest, and that's on both the sides. So as you can see that I am not able to tiptoe on both sides at the same time. And even to tiptoe on one side, I have to take, some portion of my behind, towards that side where I want to touch down. But yes, this is, I would say, a couple of notches easier than on the Himalayan 450. Now, the second way, which I take when the bike is even more tilted because of an undulating surface. So this is what I do. I press the brake as well, and then I look ahead, not here, because if you look at the tank or the seat, the bike will fall down. Once again. Once again. So you are actually watching straight ahead. Of course, the speedometer is in your direct line of sight. All right, so I fail to understand why Classic Legends did not give a longer side stand. Unlike on the Himalayan, they have space over here. They could have given a longer side stand, because right now, and I'm sure you would have noticed that the bike is leaning on the side stand quite a lot, and it is a task to straighten it. And this does not have that slight protrusion, okay, which you use. In fact, you would see that on 8 out of 10 side stands. All right, so you push it again, it's somewhere in the middle or towards just a couple of inches above the bottom portion of the side stand. So you use it to kick the side stand up, and of course kick it back when you have to park it. So that should have been given. If I remember correctly, the V-Strom has it, so that should have been provided. It would have made life for us shorter folks quite easy. Yes, perhaps if I buy the bike, I might get that welded, because this is inconvenient. Or on second thoughts, if I'm riding this regularly, I might get used to it. Now, what about my inseam? Regular viewers would know that my inseam barefoot is 27 inches. Right now I'm wearing my thick sole boots, and with these boots I would say that my inseam would be 29 inches. So your question would be, what is the minimum inseam requirement for a person to ride this motorcycle comfortably? That would be 30 inches, because you can see that even with a 29-inch inseam, you would not be able to tiptoe on both sides at the same time. Even tiptoeing on one side is not very convenient. Okay, so yes, a 30-inch inseam is the prerequisite to be able to ride this motorcycle comfortably. Okay, however, if you have a 27-inch inseam, in fact, when I was riding the Himalayan, okay, I was not wearing so okay, these are normal boots. I got a layer of sole added to it. All right, they were on their way out, so I thought that why not do an experiment, and they make a big difference, let me tell you that. So I was able to ride that motorcycle without any thick sole boots. All right, yes, it was not a very comfortable affair when you have to especially in stop and go traffic, but then I was able to ride that motorcycle. I rode it for what, almost more than 1500 kilometers. So don't let anyone tell you, if you are short, that you cannot ride adventure motorcycles. You can. All right, you'll have to practice, and yes, adding an inch of sole to your boots would definitely help. And yeah, so that's the long and short of it, or the tall and short of it. I hope you got a good idea about how you would fare on this motorcycle. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And even if you do not have a question, just leave a 1-word or a 2-word comment. It helps the algorithm. It helps the video to reach more people. And do hit that like button. Do subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you soon in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.